where things almost make sense, and most everything is interesting and mildly unique. It's a place that feels somewhat familiar and has the suspicious comfort of a loving semi-omnipresence. You are on the outskirts of Loutopia. Sit back and relax, or tense up and march around. Please welcome your host of Loutopia, Lou Angel Wolf.
I heard my name again. That's me, Lou Angel Wolf, and welcome to the Loutopia Podcast. Here we are at the fabulous Double Special Studios in sparkling Clearwater, Florida. Ah, yeah. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, live on YouTube. It's the Loutopia Podcast. That's Loutopia.com. You can go to the Loutopia.com website, catch up with that Pacifist Riot and Third Eye Drops, which are kind of our little mellow festo. And, boy, you can just you can spend a little time on that website. And here we are in the studio, folks, and to my immediate right, my co-host and good buddy and big brother, Michael Merberg.
Good to be here in November.
Man,
in Florida, man.
Isn't this wonderful? This really is. This is a kiss from the Creator.
Right.
Just, you know, it was like 64 this morning in Palm Harbor, and then got up to a whopping 81.
It only got up to 77 in Tampa. We just, it was difficult.
You guys are a little darker over there. And there he is. He's the producer. He's the guy. He's the CEO of the Double Special Studios. It's Chris Gorgeous.
Yep.
How you feeling, brother?
I'm alive. All my limbs work.
Yeah? You had a big comedy weekend last weekend?
Big, good shows. Not big, like, no, I didn't break through any barriers.
He saved his best for jury duty this week, though.
that was it right there.
Yes, jury duty. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be joined the second half by Beth Snyder, who is my personal hypnotherapist, and she's also the owner, operator with Nancy. They own the Ohm Shop in Sarasota, Florida, out there on US 41, also known as Tamiami Trail, right across the street from the Olive Garden. Nice place. Lets you pick up all your metaphysical supplies. And ladies and gentlemen, you can hear the show every week on the, you can hear it here on YouTube. You can hear it on Podomatic. But our buddies over at IRN Broadcast Network, they're the ones, man. They are the Lou Angel Wolf keepers of the word. And
simulcasting the show.
They're simulcasting this show. They also do the Grease Guru show for us. And what a lovely group of people. What a great, what a great company. And supporting local Tampa Bay area podcasts. And they got BL on now from the BL show, and which is doing really good.
Cool.
And, nice folks over there at the IRN Broadcast Network. That's irnbroadcast.com. You can download his mobile app, keep it right there on your phone. And you want to know what's happening in Florida and mostly the Tampa Bay area, you can find us over there at irnbroadcast.com. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this week, speaking of our friends at IRN, our friend Mike over there, he listens to a lot of stuff, and he's very, very aware of his market, and really he listens with intent. And just this week, he sent me a little suggestion for a Loutopia-ism, 3 little pieces there, and I actually couldn't remember one of them till I found this thing again. But one of them was never be afraid to be wrong, and don't be afraid of admitting you don't know, and it's never too late for redemption and forgiveness.
Pardon me, what was that again?
Yeah. Well, I like his chain of thought, and that is, if you don't know, I would so much rather somebody tell me they don't know than to bluff me into thinking they do know. And then if the situation comes where up that they need to know and they don't know, that's bad.
Yeah, it's like sending you off on a wild goose chase. So, here's where you go. It's like, I heard it was there once.
Oh yeah. Well, I've watched so many experts over the years. Just when it really came to what was supposed to go on, it didn't happen because half of their story was bullshit.
I've gotten that from well-to-do people when they want to give you directions, but it's obvious they don't know what the hell you're where you're supposed to be going, but they're going to do it anyway. That's, to me, I've had that experience multiple times where I'm like, do you know this place? And they're like, oh, yeah. And I can tell when they say it. No, they don't know. But they're going to tell me anyway.
Sure.
They're going to try to get me there, and I'm going to end up in Cuba somehow on a ship being shipped away. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
What do you expect from a population that can't place Kansas on a map?
That's true.
Yeah, but just say that then. Like you said, it's okay to admit. Just say, you know what, I don't know.
I don't know.
I've said that before.
I'm just going to waste your time.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get you lost.
Speaking of that, really crazy. I, with Harvey Weinstein in the spotlight every day now.
And the Winettes.
And Harvey Weinstein and the Winettes. That's funny. I actually met him once in Los Angeles. He was driving a large Mercedes, okay? And I'm in my 64 Dodge convertible, and he pulls up next to me, and he looks over at me, and he goes, "Where's Gower?" Which is, there's a Gower Boulevard there, or Gower Street.
Right.
And he didn't say excuse me, he didn't say pardon me. All he did was looked at me and said, "Where's Gower?"
That's when you answer and you go, "Hmm." You just give him that and
No,
walk off.
Dude, I sent him like 20 blocks the wrong way. I said, you go on out here and you pick up the 405, then you go north.
See, and if I met Lou out, I would totally believe him.
Yeah.
He's got that, I'd be like, this guy is really a saint, isn't he?
But anyway.
But he went with Lou's blessings.
You can't, you can't ask me rudely like that. I mean, it's like, I felt like a chef spitting in his salad,
And you should have.
Yeah, and obviously we found out what kind of guy he really was. And I feel bad for all those girls that were manipulated into those situations, and it's not right.
It sounds like a Enrique Iglesias song. To all the women I've manipulated into those situations before.
But you know what, though? Just, knowing showbiz as I know and being a comic as I'm a comic, everybody's talking about this now. Where are the real dyed-in-the-wool, self-realized sluts that knew what they were doing on the way in, that weren't manipulated, and they're going, I'm going to sleep with this guy. I'm going to get this part. That's how it goes.
Okay, but you know what? It's too early to ask that question yet.
Why?
Too early.
Well,
you got to wait a year or two to go, hey, what about the women?
It's the other question.
It is, but it's too early to ask that question.
You can find out the answer by just looking at the reviews.
As a guy, I'm telling you right now, as a guy, it's too early to go, what about the chicks? What about the girls? You can't. No. You got to let this die down, and then let them think that not think, but let them have gotten the appropriate action taken against these people,
right.
And then you go, there's another side to this as well.
All right.
Right now, as a man, you say it to women, they're like, you cannot. No.
So what are you saying? I'm ages ahead of my time.
I'm just I've got 12 months.
Too early for slut jokes, man.
Yeah. Yes.
Can't go there.
Well,
yes.
But okay, and believe me, I just talked about it now, but there are a lot of self-realized women that realize that that's what they do. That they know that they manipulate men with sex for what they want.
Yeah,
and what I'm saying is,
yes,
not everybody's a victim here. A lot of people.
I agree.
There was a lot of methodical maneuvering done here,
yeah.
And I'm not protecting any guy that did it wrong. I mean, I'm not saying
that's how
that at
they'll
all.
perceive it. That's how the people that are most
I don't
offended by
care
this will.
if they don't have the sense to perceive it the way I say it.
I agree with you. It doesn't stop a pitchfork and come through your front door.
Dumb people.
They'll still go, burn the witch. They don't care, dude, in this country.
He's a witch, burn him.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's difficult to separate the predator from the prey. But I think in Weinstein's case, it's pretty obvious. You know? I mean, the size of that predator is like dinosaur size.
And he looks like a stinky guy. Doesn't he look like a stinky
I mean,
guy?
that guy with that guy's looks couldn't get laid in a women's prison if he had a handful of partners.
No, that's where you're wrong, Mike. He could get that guy has enough money. He's got God money. He could get any high class prostitute, and she'd weather through because that's her profession, and she would do whatever he wanted her to. He could do like the Louis C.K. thing. He had enough money to hire somebody to do that for 9 hours. He could do that in front of them. So it's something about the power thing, dude.
I think Michael realizes I think he realizes with his money and power that he got what he got, whether he had to take it or not. But what I think he was saying is if he was a butcher, he'd be a lonely man.
That's fair enough.
You know, he'd be riding home with blood all over him from the Winn-Dixie butcher shop. And you just look at it and, just go out as himself for Halloween.
Yeah. Hey, that's a great Halloween mask.
Wow,
we got an idea here.
Next year, yeah. I thought Jake from State Farm was clever.
They're the Verizon guy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Loutopia podcast. Lou Angel Wolf, Mike Murdberg, Chris Gorgeous, Beth Snyder coming up in the next hour. And we're well over 100 now, 100 of these things. And it's a show about health, humor, and well-being. We try to keep the topic somewhat light. I mean, there's some stuff you just can't avoid. It just creeps in on us. Have you seen all the
lighter side of rape?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. you got to. That's part of knowing not to try.
It's part of the healing process.
Part of the wisdom is knowing not to try on those kind of jokes.
Lou is like in the hole throwing the stuff, and Mike's on the top hole kicking all the sand back in. Like, hey, put that in your face.
Angel Wolf almost makes it out, but no, Murberg fills it back in.
Ball goes out to center court.
That's great.
Yeah, well, but I just...
Hey, tell all your friends out there, on a side note, since we are on YouTube, subscribe to your channel. You got to get out there. You got to, on your Facebook, get out there and make people subscribe so that when you go have a live event, it'll show up and you have people watching. You want to get people watching.
I have a computer genius 18-year-old son,
Yeah.
And
all he wants to do is drive your car.
Right. He always wants to drive my car. Dad's going to take the Hemi. But anyway.
Yeah, tell him to get
here's the
subscribe.
thing. Right. He'll sit there and watch 3 hours worth of 7-second Vine videos.
Well, of course.
And
this is a little too long.
Totally forget what Dad needs. But
wow.
Yeah.
It's not hard. Just get
I hope he's listening.
On your Facebook page every now and again, just say, hey, subscribe to my YouTube channel on this show.
And now, can I do the advertising with Facebook to tell them to go to YouTube?
The advertising?
You can buy your...
He's gone from the YouTube.
I don't know what you're saying. I put a link up this evening about this show.
Yeah.
And I tagged you in it and Mike in it, so it shows up on your pages.
Right, but you can boost your post.
Oh, well, that's up to
you. Can you boost your post?
Yeah, you got to pay for that.
I don't mind paying for it.
Okay, tell Mark Zuckerberg.
So nothing
to do with it.
So more people can listen to my free show.
Tell Zuckerberg I got nothing to do with that.
Pay more so people can listen to my free show.
But also, aside from that, when I do a post or when you have a post that you're going to say, hey, tomorrow night we're going live, tag a bunch of people in it. Tag all your friends in it. All the people, tag it so it shows up.
Yeah, I got to get on that, man.
It's easy. It's like you just tag everybody. Boom. And put it up.
Dude, I'm just, there's not...
All right, back to the series.
I'm not busy. Enough time in your day to do that.
Dude, I need to go on 30-hour days.
Yep.
I really do.
You know what, Lou? It's okay to admit you're wrong.
Yeah, and I'm a little handicapped, too, because my brother has my main computer at his... Well, he moved into the house I moved out of. So I just left the computer in place because it has the R box on it. So he's watching all kinds of TV because he's, kind of broken board. So I couldn't take that away from him, So, but there's my main computer, which I do most of my stuff on.
You know where the other computer is that you have?
My laptop?
No, right there in your phone.
Dude, I can't do this thing on
Facebook,
the phone.
You just put a post and...
Well,
good God.
Yeah,
all right,
I guess.
Poppy. All right, okay.
I don't know.
All right. It's okay to admit you're wrong.
I know. I have a rotary dial cell phone. Okay,
it was like I could see they're sending guys up to the space station now. They're going, "Don't forget your cell phone." The entire thing is programmed on this.
Dude, I am absolutely amazed at when you forget your cell phone, what a travesty it is. I mean, like, I drove like 12 miles away from the house the other day without it. In
Right.
Pinellas County traffic, that's a huge mistake.
That's an hour.
Yeah, that's a huge
usually
mistake.
an hour out of your day.
But I needed it the rest of the day, so I had to. I mean, and I don't do a lot of negative self-speak, but that morning, I really jumped on my ass.
Yeah.
And but that's what it is. And you know, I'm not bitching, I'm not whining, and I'm ever grateful for my very next breath. But I see it like I stopped at the store on the way in, just picked up a couple supplies for the studio, and the people walking through the store at 5:15, 5:30 at night, they're tired.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they're dirty. They've done what, and I mean,
I've been there.
and you can still hear all the cell phone conversations still going on while they're trying to gather some sort of nourishment so they can go home and sleep and jump back into the fire tomorrow morning at 7:30. I walked past like 3 random conversations. Like one guy's going, well, we could have used block, but the guy didn't want to pay up for block, so he used wood. Now it's falling apart. Now I told him, now we got to use block. And that costs you more now. So I walked past that conversation. And then I walked past another one, and she goes, you know, if Tiffany doesn't want to do her tumbling, you can't make her do her tumbling. It's just the way it is. You either want to do tumbling or you don't. And then I walked past that one.
That's like in a science fiction movie when they like go through like some sort of a black hole and they're getting people's thoughts and conversations as they whiz by. That's exactly what that is.
It was the black hole of the Publix deli.
Think about that though. That's why some people go to airports, Lou. They go to listen to things like that to get little slices
It's
of people's
interesting.
lives.
Yeah, it's interesting. And then I said, well, you know, the Florida lottery. I know lottery is a tax on the poor. I know it. I accept it. But they have a game out now. It's called Cash for Life.
Mm-hmm.
It's $1,000 a day for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, when I think of a lottery, that's my kind of lottery.
Yeah.
You know, they're $2 a ticket, and you know, is it right to gamble? I don't know, but I had an extra couple of bucks.
Why not?
So yeah, so I'll throw it at that. And $1,000 a day, this studio would kick ass after 4 days. So anyway,
Yeah, we could actually move it out of Chris's room.
Actually rent an actual studio.
Rent an actual studio.
Yeah. I'm good with all the stuff except for like I would like new mic stands and mics.
yeah.
I have
well,
very
you know what,
specific
dude? All you got to do is
needs,
ask. I'll buy anything you
all
want.
the stuff I want you can't afford.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow.
I've been watching Joe.
You laying down the money gauntlet?
Yeah,
now?
no. I just watched Joe Rogan's podcast. I'm like, ooh, I want that, and I want that too, and I'd like that table.
Well, I don't know if I can get you Joe Rogan quality
Watch his
shit. And
podcast.
there's something
It's good.
in the middle.
Maybe he's got
Like
stuff in
Kansas?
his like closet that we can buy used. It's like Joe.
Yeah.
You sound like
did
Jordan.
Joe Rogan have a garage sale or anything?
Maybe
Hey, you know,
Maybe.
Joe, how about them old mic stands?
I'll hit him up. I'm like, listen, when you
Joe,
re-up-
bro. Joe, bro.
I thought you would know Joe Rogan.
I know. I never had the pleasure of meeting him. I got close. I was hanging with Rhodes, and he was like going to meet him the next day somewhere.
Yeah, but he heard you gave Weinstein a bad direction, so he decided he's going to diss you.
That's why you never made it, Angel Wolf, sending me 20 blocks out of my way. Where's Gower? I always remember that big face opening up. Where's Gower? But anyway, that was a long time ago. I hope he's not holding a grudge. Wouldn't it be funny if he snaps in the middle of it? Oh, yeah, and not only do I have these women problems, Angel Wolf sent me on the craziest ass directions.
And that's when it all began.
That's when that was the bitterness. The bitterness started right then. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a good time tonight, and you know, one of the other things that Mike's post was about our friends and having part of keeping a friendship is forgiving and understanding that person. You know, it's like I had a little disruption with a very good acquaintance. He's my friend, okay? but maybe he didn't realize how much of a friend he was. I like the guy. I trust him. And we had this little thing, this little eruption between us. And, lesser guys would have called it some bullshit story, maybe even, some name calling, perhaps even shoving. But I'm not like that. I don't negotiate like that. I don't go through my world like that. It doesn't solve anything. All it does is adds to the problem. So he calls me back later on in the day, and he goes, "Hey man," he goes, "Are we okay? Are we bullshit? What's up?" I go, "Dude," I said, "it'll take more than what you did to undo our friendship, okay? But consider that a warning." No,
but don't try.
I had a conversation like that too. That's so weird.
Today?
No, last week when I was working.
Yeah?
With somebody. Yeah, I just heated a conversation. I had to call him the next day. I'm like, is everything cool?
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice that you care, see? And, that totally redeemed me with the guy.
Yeah.
And now he's an even better friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can get over on him. No, I'm kidding.
But I know his weaknesses. That's what you have to constantly be aware. So validating your friendships from time to time is really important. And you know what? Talking about not having time to boost your Facebook posts and do this and, amplify the YouTube, whatever it is they do. I think of time after time where I'll think of a friend or a buddy and I'll say, man, I should just sit down and write him a letter. Just take 10, 15 minutes. I'll write him a long one because I won't have time to write a short one.
Right.
And just ramble on for a couple minutes, and I don't do those either. I can't get to that either.
Well, yeah. Well, time becomes very precious as it starts running out on the downside of the hill,
Yeah. I mean, I'm so damn busy at work.
Same thing with energy, too.
Yeah.
Your energy levels, they start decreasing, and you just do what you can to get through the day.
Yeah.
That's why people retire, because there's just not enough time or energy.
And here's the worst. Here's the worst thing. Business is so good right now, I ain't retiring.
Yeah. Well,
but I'm whipped.
Yeah.
I'm whipped. I mean, my ass is tired. I come home from work, and I just, I'll watch some crazy-ass conspiracy stuff on TV till I fall asleep. Did you see how many people have dismantled this Las Vegas shooting thing?
Yeah. Yeah. They really are deconstructing the whole thing.
Man, I am, for one, I'm in awe at the level of balls that whoever put that production on, that they attempted it.
Right.
But for two, man, talk about a cheesy plan.
Yeah.
And there's even a whole branch of thought that no one was killed. That nobody got killed.
Yeah, have you seen the one with the helicopter shooting?
Yeah, I saw that one.
That's like
if people got killed, it was then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shot down from a helicopter flying over.
Then once again, the only thing you can really trust or believe in is what's happening right in front of you. And even then, it's just a material hologram. So, you just.
Yeah, those damn material holograms.
You're just lucky to be alive. And
like those ones at the Mons Venus, those material holograms over there.
Yeah. I hate when that happens.
For a minute, anyway. But, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Loutopia podcast. I'm Lou Angel Wolf, Mike Merberg, Chris Gorgeous. Coming up in the second half, it's the lovely and talented Beth Snyder. We appreciate you guys listening every week. The show's about health, humor, and well-being. Chris, what's the phone number to the studio? Let's open it up for the second half.
Oh, God. You asked me that while I have everything going for the end of the show.
You don't remember?
Oh, my. Wait, hold on.
It's 4.
Hold on, wait. No, there it is right there.
There it is.
I'm going to put it right up on the screen. So if you're watching, there it is. 727-475-6139 if you want to call. No trolls, please.
Say it again.
No trolls.
I heard that.
727-475-6139.
That's a good number. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the first half is over, man. And everything that was so current just a couple of minutes ago is now the past. And we're going to go out to the garage, move some things around, and we'll be back in just a little bit.
things almost make sense, and most everything is interesting and mildly unique. It's a place that feels somewhat familiar and has the suspicious comfort of a loving semi-omnipresence. You are on the outskirts of Loutopia. Sit back and relax, or tense up and march around. Please welcome your host of Loutopia, Lou Angel Wolf.
wee papa. Oh beep beep bitty bitty bo. Oh beep boop beep boop wee papa. Bo beep 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 bo. Tweet bo beep bo 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 beep do bo bo do bo 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 bo. Boo doo boo dibbity 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 boo ya. Way yo. I never before seen that in my life. Whoa. I never before seen that in my life. Whoa. I never before seen that in my life. Whoa. I never before seen that in my life. Now 2 peas in a pod to me is kind of odd. Homeless man staring at the sky, cursing God, calling him a fraud, cause his good just have been robbed. Bringing it back to start with a wink and a nod. Got him 24 and 20 packs of smokes. Clearing out the cabin where he kept the 64. WrestleMania all day long. What could go wrong? Took his sheet to the head, now he got his for the soul. And I'm picking up the pieces of gray matter on the floor. Try to get my IQ back to 164.
In a world where things almost make sense, and most everything is interesting and mildly unique, it's a place that feels somewhat familiar and has the suspicious comfort of a loving semi-omnipresence. You are on the outskirts of Loutopia. Sit back and relax, or tense up and march around. Please welcome your host of Loutopia, Lou Angel Wolf.
There it is again. I keep hearing my name. What's he building in there? What is that sound? Ladies and gentlemen, that's fabulous voiceover talent by Don Capone. That's doncapone.com. If you need professional voiceover work, man, you can't do much better than Don Capone. That's doncapone.com. Welcome back, folks. My name is Lou Angel Wolf. This is the Loutopia podcast. Here in the studio with me, disability attorney, buddy of mine, clairvoyant CE5 coordinator, Michael Merberg.
Thanks, Lou. Good. Almost like we never left.
And over there,
That was that hot break.
it was a hot break. Oh, and I apologize, folks, if you heard the other intro going. It was a mistake.
Oh, no, don't say that. You just let it go. They're like, oh, look, it's like a little commercial.
Like a
within
little
the show.
teaser. Like,
Yeah,
oh, it's
little
coming
teaser.
back, come back. No.
Yeah, I think I caught it before you said, here's Lou
Damn
Angel
it.
Wolf.
Yeah, we try to make listening to our show as tricky as possible. So
That's why we never tell you where to go.
that's what we don't even self-promote.
No. You're breaking one of the 4 agreements right now. It's upsetting me.
Which one?
Be impeccable with your words. You're talking down on yourself, man. It's all good. It's a
I'm
good
not.
show.
Okay.
It's a good show, baby.
It is a good show, and we're very, very grateful for everybody that listens. And I believe more and more people listen to it than we even know. I think there's black market copies of the show available.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
like we're like the Grateful Dead of podcasts.
Yeah, exactly. We just kind of wander from town to town with all these groupies.
Well, you just got a new subscription from Randy Fitz. Thank you, Randy. Thanks for subscribing. And everybody can like and subscribe on the YouTube page if you're watching the video. Just go up and hit the like on the video and then subscribe to the channel. And when we do live events, you'll be notified.
Yeah, and you can also occasionally catch some Lou Angel Wolf live information, too.
Yeah, you're a comedian, too.
I'm a comedian, damn it. I am that.
You take the video. I'll put it up, man.
Okay. Well, you know what? While I'm right here on this topic, December 6th through 10th at the beautiful McCurdy's Comedy Theater, it's Lou Angel Wolf. I'm in the middle spot with Mark Klein closing the show. So, very funny show, if I do say so myself. And classy guys, both of us. Classy guys, yeah.
Nice venue.
It is a very nice venue. And the number there at McCurdy's is 941-925-3869. That's 941-925-3869. Lou Angel Wolf, December 6th through 10th.
You can tell he works there more than me because I don't know the number. You rattle it off. I'm like, is he looking at it now? He knows it by heart.
Yeah, I know it by
Sucker.
heart. Yeah.
You sucker.
I've known it for a long time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, also from the Sarasota area is one of my favorite people on the planet. And she's my hypnotherapist. She's my buddy. She's my pal. She's my soul sister. Welcome to the second phase of Loutopia, Beth Snyder.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
I bet.
Well, we're fantastic now that you're here.
That's fantastic. Now, I heard you talking about McCurdy's. It's easy, Chris. It's 925-FUNY, F-U-N-Y.
Oh, see, even she knows. I don't know. Damn it.
925 Foony. Foony.
Funny.
It's
It's
Foony.
funny how you say funny.
Well, how's your week going, Beth? Everything all right down there?
Yeah, it's going good. Just working on projects and helping people find their way to forgiveness and inner peace. So, it's a lovely existence.
It really is. That's a lot of work helping people find peace and
Not
forgiveness.
easy, but, it beats working for the man.
The man.
That's for sure.
The man.
Or the woman.
The
I mean, God, I've worked for some real ones in my time.
I'm working for the woman. Yeah. You know the
You
woman.
guys are working for the woman.
We really
That's
are.
Pam.
This is it's the most odd, unstated deal we've ever made. The humanity has ever made.
Like,
Okay.
shh, buy the champagne and shut up.
Yes. Yeah. I'll crush my body in labor and stress, but I need access to that. Okay. Right there. There's the whole deal.
Exactly.
But well, Beth, we love having you on, and the big topic today is kind of like it's never too late to find or give forgiveness. And I know part of a good therapy session is learning to forgive yourself and hanging on and let go of things that you're hanging on to. And it's a couple times in my life I've thought of someone and a particular situation that we were in. I thought perhaps I was out of bounds, or they were mad at me, and then I've actually gone through the trouble, sought them out, got them on the phone or met them in person, and they had no recollection of the situation that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even remember it. It didn't matter. It was like, dude, you're cool. What are you talking about? And I think that's that's part of being an empath. You're going, oh my God, if he took it this
They're
way,
like, you did what? I had no idea. I'm
Yeah.
going to kick your ass.
if he took it this way and he misunderstood my God, what he must think of me. So, but anyway, but like 3 different times in my life, I've been carrying around that, that thought that you have. You just get that kind of little empty feeling in your stomach for a minute. They go, oh, thanks for making me think of that again. That was good. Thanks, brain.
And especially when nobody else cares about it.
Yeah, it's only to upset you.
Well,
Yeah.
it's really true. And, there's a saying that at the heart of all suffering is unforgiveness. And I really believe that. And not just so much that asking for forgiveness, but also considering forgiving yourself, right? So maybe that's really what you were seeking there, was to be able to, ask forgiveness for them so that you could forgive yourself as well.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the way it shook out, because they weren't all wiped out over what I had done, like I said, they didn't even remember the circumstance. They didn't even remember the instance that I'd been carrying around like a freaking bowling ball for years every time I thought of this person. It's really crazy. But then on the other hand, I've also run into people that I hadn't seen for many years, and they walk up on me and they go, "Oh, now I see you." And they got this whole agenda of things that they thought, and it totally skipped my mind. I had no idea what was going on.
Did it involve borrowed money?
Sometimes,
There you go.
sometimes, yeah.
There you go. Shylock never forgets.
Yeah, one of my favorite expressions is be a lender or a borrower.
Neither a borrower or lender be.
Neither a borrower or a lender
Yeah,
be.
that's Shakespeare.
Yeah. And
that's also your tip for getting energies out of your life that you don't necessarily enjoy, is to lend them a little bit of money. and then you'll never see him again, right?
Yes, that's I've done that a couple times in my life. Had people that were like way too pesky, and I'd go, hey man, I really see your situation. Do you need $100 or something? Oh, dude, that would be so awesome. $100 straighten me right out.
Well, it's you got to know the value of your friends, and if not having a friend who's not a friend is going to cost you $100, it might be worth your while.
There's
in the long
particular,
run.
and I'm not saying they're not my friends, but there's particular acquaintances that can they're like social remora. They just they can suck you dry socially. So if you lent them a couple $100 and they never paid you back and they quit bothering you, money well spent.
Better watch you. If you advertise that, they may come and bother you.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to talk about, but
But we're doing it. We tackle the
But we're
difficult
doing it.
issues.
yeah, exactly.
Like lending friends money so they'll go away.
Is it right to buy off pain in the ass friends? I'm asking you folks, is it right? And I think a couple times in my life, I've been that guy. They would tuck a couple $100 in my pocket and go, hey man, you'll work through it, and then of course I'm like, oh, I can't see them again. I haven't improved my situation.
Or gotten the money back.
Or do I have the 200 you lent me? Did he lend it to me or give it to me? And you start thinking about it.
It must have been a gift.
Yeah. That has really created some of the ugliest feelings in the world is money lent and money borrowed and not paid back.
For sure.
And yeah. And I got a friend who, we've had some small business dealings, but man, he is on your timetable. Like, we did a deal. I owed him $800. I gave him half. I'm good for it, man. But it was a handshake deal. There was no structured payment plans, And then he was with me when I spent a couple $100 on something else. And man, it was like I smacked his mom. It was like I didn't pay him back first before I bought something else, And I'm like, dude, you need to relax on that, man. This is, we're big boys here, And then, he wound up the other way with me. So, but anyway, that's life. And, but realizing these things, and here's the other thing too, and at either time, or the 3 times it happened to me where I thought I had, a smoldering turd in a bag, but, and I approached the people and they didn't know about it. None of those times that I did that, did it hurt the relationship? Mm-hmm. It was like, wow, man, you were really carrying that around. You were really thinking about that.
Honesty never hurts a relationship if it's meant to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, man, that honesty
tends to be the lying that screws up relationships.
Yeah, that honesty bit, man, it's a lot of work.
It's the worst.
It's so hard. And like my little guy right now, he's 18 years old. He's trying to find his place in the world, and he's bullshitting everybody. He's just blowing smoke up our ass. And like we don't know. It's like, dude, come on. Yeah. Your blood's and my blood's in your veins. Are you kidding me? And
we've seen this act before in 100 different people, so this is not new.
Yeah, you have not created a new character there, Kramer. But it's interesting, and I know. But you see, here's the thing: I know in my heart that he's a good man, and I know that he will correct this. And sometimes it takes you a long time to figure out you don't want to be a bullshitter; you want to be a truth teller.
Yeah, it's like if you have a friend who starts playing the flute, for the first 6 months. Yeah, stop, dude, please. But eventually, he might get better. Might sound better.
That's true.
And then you'll be like, okay, yeah, you got it. It's all good.
Not.
Yeah, but what kind of guy plays the flute, though?
I don't know.
Imagining your 40-year-old something friend taking up the flute.
Harmonica, okay? He picks up a harmonica because he saw it in a Bruce Willis movie.
That'll work.
Good gravy.
Jazz flute solo.
Yeah, you guys are flutists.
Flute solo at the picnic this weekend.
That would be the best.
Hey,
are you kidding me?
Not to one up your story.
What? Oh, here, but you're gonna.
But I'm gonna. I grew up in a little town called Dunedin, Florida, and we were the sister city to Stirling, Scotland, and our band was the Scottish Highlander band. And
There can be only one.
and they had a huge bagpipe corps. Okay, it was very popular. And I lived right near the Dunedin Community Center, like 50 yards away, and they would practice Bagpipe 101 in the parking lot of that. And my God, man,
You thought turkeys were dying over there.
turkeys and swarms of locusts. It was just it was dying pigs. It was just the worst sound. And and here's the thing. There's not a huge amount of difference between bad bagpipe playing and good bagpipe playing.
Well, they invented the bagpipe to keep the Loch Ness monster away.
It's just one deep breath away from good or bad.
I think it was Lance Montalto that used to do a joke who knows where it came from originally. But the Scottish used to have a bugle and drum and pipe corps that would travel with their troops. And, and I think Lance's line was funny. It might be his. It was a long time ago. He said, he goes, who thought of this concept? He goes, you're out there on the battlefield, you're wearing a tartan kilt, and you go, okay, it's time to engage in battle. Scotty, grab those bagpipes. Nothing like
Don't save any breath for the fighting. Just start blowing in the bladder.
Oh, yes, blowing in the bladder.
Scotsman in the midst.
The Scottish people are into bladders over there. They stuff things in them and blow into them.
They love bladders. They make a lot. That's
They
what.
do a lot.
What's the tripe? What are they?
And chieftains,
Yeah, they stuff
Haggis.
it in
We
there.
got haggis is the stomach.
Haggis, yeah.
Haggis, yeah.
Nothing goes to waste.
If I can't blow it, I'll stuff it.
We'll use everything.
Or hit it like a golf club, right?
Give me that hoof. We'll use the hoof.
We'll make it jello out of it.
Yeah, that's right. That can be eaten, that hoof.
Give me some red dye number 7.
Oh, go cry yourself to sleep on your great big pillow.
Just
That's a funny movie, man. So I Married an Ex-Murderer. You ever see
that's great.
Mike Myers?
no, but
A long time ago.
Yeah, I remember the movie vaguely, but
He played the old Scottish dad,
the.
and the kid had a big head, and he would sit in front of the TV. He goes, not like I can see the program with your great big noggin in the Christ, look at that thing. It's got space stations around
It's got its own solar system. That's what he said.
Well,
Then he goes, head down now.
Well, he's the guy who invented Fat Bastard too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's just another Scottish Highlander joke.
Oh, God.
You got about 15 minutes.
That was some really, really funny stuff. Mike Myers was way ahead of his time in that stuff, and good, stupid, funny. You know what movie I love of his that gets panned all the time is The Love Guru. Did you ever see that?
Didn't see it.
Man, it's funny. And if you're like even semi-new age, there's 35 jokes in this movie, man, that you're just going to go, wow, that was really clever. And, but yeah, that's Mike Myers, man, he's a truly gifted guy.
Yeah, he was a genius, and it was really shown for quite a while, and then he kind of disappeared from the scene. So,
oh, how much money do you need?
yeah, good point. But does your need to be funny outstrip your need for money? So,
Right. Yeah.
What do you do for funny, honey?
Yeah. So, and I, here's the other thing too, is, he may just gotten tired of the whole thing.
Harvey Weinstein's
Yeah,
trying to lay him.
Harvey, I'm not sitting on your lap again. So, yeah. But,
Actually, come to think of it, Harvey Weinstein might have been the character that Fat Bastard is based on.
oh my God, he could be Fat Bastard.
Could be.
That's a scary
I mean,
parallel,
how
dude.
close is that? Take away the accent, and what do you got?
Yeah. Merberg nails it. There he is. He finds the
I
true
think so.
identity. Who do you think Fat Bastard was? If he made a meme like that, I guarantee about 50% of the responses would be Harvey Weinstein. So. Well, Beth, it's we're having spectacular weather here on the west coast of Florida. The temperature's been very mild and the humidity's been down, and it's a lovely time of year here in Florida when you have the turning of the license plates. The license plates change color during these months.
They do.
The roads fill, so you can't get anywhere.
Just everything's just clogged with people not knowing where they're going. And our coast, Clearwater, St. Pete, Sarasota, we get plenty. We get plenty of action. It's a really nice place, and apparently the word's out. But where it really gets bad is Orlando, where you've got people flying in from all over the world that have never even driven in America, and like, here's your rental car, have fun, play Rock'em Sock'em Robots. And Orlando is like, I'm an experienced driver, and I dread going through that town. I really do. I don't feel safe going through that town. Mm-hmm. A lot of mistakes.
Yeah, they're opportunistic foreign drivers who are just ready to give you a lawsuit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm out. So.
Yeah, I avoid Orlando.
Yeah, I do too. I'll go to avoid Orlando. I'll go to Ocala.
Really? I do actually the Ocala to Mount Dora kind of circle it around from the back to get over to the coast.
Yeah.
You don't want to go anywhere close to Orlando.
Right, exactly.
The scenic Sebring Highway.
You just take 27 Alligator Alley and then up to Daytona. But, it's Orlando, and it can ruin your day. It can take 2 hours out of your life.
Well, it's like when I was same thing with Miami. I was in Miami the other day.
I heard.
My driver makes a 5-minute wrong turn, ends up 20 minutes north, and it takes an hour and 20 minutes to get back to where we made the wrong turn. So it's like you hit that traffic now, and it's like, oh, God, a 5-minute mistake will cost you an hour and 15 minutes. It can get bad.
That sounds like Geico Insurance.
Yeah, speaking of which, Tamiami Trail, I know Beth's best shop is on Tamiami.
Yes.
I actually took that in off of 17 on into Miami. Have you ever gone that route before?
No.
Oh, man, it's amazing. You go right through the Miccosukee Indian Reservation,
and
they literally have the grass shacks right all the way up to the highway. And, of course, when it rains, the water comes right up to the highway, too. I was actually driving through swamp to get to Miami, but it's quite a cultural experience.
That's an adventure.
Yeah, it is. It's a couple of national parks down there. Yeah, it's a nice drive.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's beautiful. Does that avoid Alligator Alley then?
Yeah, it will.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and there's no traffic, and there's two 7-Elevens, one on either end down there, and it's get your gas before you cross.
Well, Beth, I know you and Nancy used to take car adventures like that on the weekends, and but now you're so busy. Are you able to get any time away?
No, we really haven't. We're planning a couple of things this year. Hopefully, going up to Asheville.
Yay!
Yay! In January, just make it get some cold time and some cabiny time, and then we do want to go to Europe. So, I'd like to go to Italy this year if we can. So yeah, we're planning them, but yeah, we don't get to do as many day trips and guys, one tank trips and stuff as we used to.
Yes, but now you're happy.
Well, yes, that's true.
Back when you had all that recreational time and you just enjoy, look at a kingfisher for 15 minutes. Yeah, let's not do that anymore. Let's work our asses off. Let's do a 7-day-a-week thing. Let's do that.
Right. I want to work for myself. Hey, wait a minute. This sucks.
Never stops.
Yeah, it's and I'm in this quagmire with my day job. It's like I work for myself, but I still have a boss, and I set my own schedule, and thank God for that. I couldn't imagine running around at somebody else's whim. It would drive me nuts. But what you do is, because you're obligated to your employer, you take on more work than is comfortable, and you know you're doing it when you're doing it. You go, man, I should really back off on this. But then you go ahead, write the name and the date. Yeah, I'll take you there. I'll meet you there. We'll do it. Yeah, sure. And
once you're in it, you're in it. And someone, when they say get a life, I'm like, well, I've got a few. So
Yeah, but
you can't accuse me of not having a life.
that's for sure. But the thing that's really rewarding for you and Nancy, Beth, is the Om Shop. That's theomshopandspa.com or just theomshop.com. There's the right there on the screen, and it's a metaphysical shop, and it really is just a peaceful little oasis on Earth. I know you got to look forward to going there every day, even though it's work and it's a job and it's this and it's fundiciary, but it's still it's such a beautiful space, and to be hanging out there all day, and that's got to keep you tuned up.
Oh yeah, it feels good. Tune up your happy, right? That's our new tagline. Yeah, it's just a completely different work environment, I think, than anywhere out there. So yeah, it feels good, and it's work at the end of the day. You get tired just like anything else, but I mean, you can't ask for much more. It's pretty wonderful.
Sure. And I've spent several hours at the shop lingering and shopping and whatnot, and the people that come in there are just so, they're either kind of looking for something, or they already know where it is, and they're looking maybe to amplify a field of their life. But you just meet the most wonderful people at your shop. I mean, I've never never looked over and went, oh, I can't wait till they get out of here. Just really nice folks. And I think it's when you're on that spiritual journey, if you're the kind of person that's, truthfully visiting metaphysical shops, because there are things, every time I go in there, Beth, I find something new, something wonderful, something written from an aspect that I hadn't considered. Man, and it's like a little educational trip, just shopping around. And it's nice to have that kind of a job, It's like, how stressful can it be? It's like you're driving to work, you're going, oh my God, I got to talk to mellow people all day today.
There'll be like bowl sounds I got to handle and deal with, and chiming and nice.
Well, listen, it's still the general public. We have our doors open to the general public.
That's true.
Yeah, you get the occasional character. But
how much for this bowl? You got any incense? What kind of incense you got?
Right?
You got rolling papers?
Yeah, we're right there on that line between a head shop and a clear your head shop.
I can get my card in here. Can I get my card in here?
The only thing, Beth, is one of your bowls is $300.
That's the difference.
And you can't smoke out of it.
What a waste that
Probably
would be.
could.
That's when they go, what kind of head shop is this, man? $300 for a bowl?
But
Very true.
yeah. So and we were just in the first half of the show, we were just talking. I stopped by the grocery, and I'm walking through there 5:15 in the afternoon, and I'm just looking at the people, and they're tired. They're just like going, God, it's Tuesday. I got 4 more days. It's like the whole thing's like, oh. And I just see it so often, and we do trade a lot of our absolute precious time for menial tasks or money or whatever. And but that's part of the Loutopia thing. The Pacifist Riot is a poem that's directed towards steering you back to the important things in life. If you've become very distracted with life, if you're very sad, if you're not seeing the purpose of it all, it's because somehow through the information that's thrown at us, they do call them TV programs for a reason. So you get programmed into thinking that you're not happy or you don't have this, and this is, look at these other people, look how happy they are because they got that. When you get to that point where you're not feeling fulfilled, what's happened is your life has gotten small. You've stopped considering the grandness and the immenseness of this universe that you live in, that you are this incredible machine, living being, spirit person, that you're able to wander across this beautiful planet. And, if you plan it right, you can have a really long, peaceful existence and try to find more and more and more about what it is that's inside of you. And that's kind of, to me, that's the thing you should spend the most time doing. Do I personally do it? No. I'm out here chasing a buck. I'm trying to figure things out. I'm, trying to stay healthy, but I'm using up all my health to pursue some wealth so I can finally just go, whew, for a couple of years. And then, everything, whatever. I mean, just going by statistics, and that's one of the reasons why we started doing the Loutopia podcast back when we did, is because this is medicine. This is, there's a little bit of magic here. And what we all here, this collective here, Chris and Michael and Beth and myself and everybody that listens regularly, and Pam and Rose and all the attaching people out there that are supportive of us in spirit. This is our mission, is to make the world a sunnier, happier place, is to relieve a little bit of stress, receive a little more peace, and share it.
Never give up an opportunity to do absolutely nothing with your friends.
Yes.
Which is kind of what we do here. But.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, every week I try to create some sort of thread for the show. But the reality of it, and we just do that for labeling purposes. We still talk about whatever we want. It's
like, they ask you, well, what kind of show is it? What do you do? What's your title? It's like, oh, I guess we have to have answers for these deep questions. So, okay, engage brain, and here you go. Okay, now we've objectified this, and but can we have fun now?
Sure. But the more we realize how much we're part of this beautiful oneness, that it's going to take, I don't know how long it's going to take for us to realize this. I hope the Pleiadians get their way. I really do hope that the hippies of the universe, which to me, that's the Pleiadians. They're just, they're the best. I love them the most.
It sounds classier than hippie these days.
Yeah, they're just cosmic hippie or whatever, but they're all about the light. They're all about the, they're all about the transition into enlightenment, deeper and deeper. And obviously we have, this brain of ours is absolutely incredible. We're hindered by this layer of time that we're caught in right now. But I think as time goes on, we're going to learn more and more different ways to move that.
Well, I think the more time goes on, the better we get at determining higher dimensions, and there's subtle dimensions. So we're in a three physical dimensions plus a fourth one being time. So the next one is the fifth, and what constitutes that? And that's kind of the dimension you go through when you connect with CE5, the non-human. Interdimensional beings, the spirit world, communicating with the dead, that's what that is, the fifth dimension, and that's what we're starting to become aware of and entering into at this point. And what's beyond that is still yet to be seen, because we're still evolving into a new humanity, a new consciousness, and a new real dimension, and that proves that we are connected. And they do it scientifically. They, in every facet of science, they're learning that there is no separation between anything.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Beth, your comments on that?
No, I just completely agree that there is, and I just feel more and more, and in my experience, more and more, especially with hypnosis. I'm quite a few years in now to my practice, so I've seen a lot of things, and it's always just phenomenal to me how, when you're in that state, that altered brainwave state, that you really have access to what I consider the collective consciousness, which is all of everything, all of time, all of everyone else's memories, all of the data of this consciousness that we're swimming in.
Yes. Yeah.
So that would make consciousness the fifth dimension.
Yeah. There you go.
I think so.
And, man, wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the Loutopia Show. You can catch us every week on loutopia.com. We're also on YouTube and Podomatic, and we share the show on Facebook. And who knows who's listening, man? We don't even know. I'm Lou Angel Wolf on behalf of Michael Merberg, Chris Gorgeous. And say goodnight to everybody, Beth.
Well, good night, everybody.
Why didn't I see that coming?
She's so cute.
No, she came in. She went out just like she came in. Hey, bye.
Hello, everybody. Good night, everybody.
You're the best. You're the best. Stop by and see Beth down at the Ohm Shop in Sarasota. Michael, disabilityattorney.net. If you know a vet or somebody that's trying to get their benefits, Michael's a great help there. Chris Gorgeous, a social paramedic with his laughter. Stand-up comic performing somewhere near you.
Cayman Islands.
Is
Probably
that
not.
Okay, maybe not near you, but that'd be great if it was.
Yeah.
Hope you get to go to the Cayman Islands. And I'm Lou Angel Wolf. I'm somewhere next week with Mike Murillo, or maybe it's the week after. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to Loutopia Podcast. Share it with your friends. Like the page. Share it freely because it's free.
Subscribe.
That's what I'm getting, free.
Subscribe on YouTube.
It's all free, man. Have a good week.